You're watching a CBG TV content provider broadcast.
The opinions expressed during this show are those of the individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of their associated organizations or CBGTV.com. The medical and health information shared does not constitute a physician-patient relationship. It is provided for general informational and educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional care.
You're gonna get so high because we're pot smoking. I said we're getting high because we're pot smoking. We're gonna get so high because we're pot smoking. That's right, we're getting high because we're pot smoking. Good morning, sunshine. How you feeling?
Hey.
How you feeling?
Oh, I'm getting there slowly but surely.
That actually works out pretty well. How you feeling, Dr. High? Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
And I feel weird. Why does it feel weird?
Happy Monday.
Yeah, happy Monday to you too.
You know what? The more I look at all this stuff on the screen, I don't like it at all.
Yeah.
I don't like the visual of it. It's chunky. It doesn't look good. I don't want it. Gotta go.
We'll take care of that.
I wasn't really paying attention to it earlier, but yeah. Thank you, Garrett. I appreciate that. That looks so much better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. It definitely looks better than all those little blocks, but
yeah, unless we can find a way to run them as
a banner.
One graphic together, you know what I mean? So they're just like a straight line that down in the corner, one side or the other.
Or a banner.
Yeah, or a banner, yeah.
Write the names out and put it in a banner and run it every once in a while.
Yeah, it looked chunky. You know, it just looked too chunky.
Sure.
Like a race car at a local event.
I resemble that remark, sir. Chunky. How are you? How you feeling? You seem a little bit better, but I don't.
My spirits are good, but my body has not mended itself entirely yet. So
okay.
You know, that's the important part. You?
Yeah, I see you smiling, and that makes me feel better because the other days you weren't smiling very much. You were an ornery.
I had no energy at all. Like this,
you look like shit.
You got to think like today is the 8th day since I first felt the symptoms, and you can hear it still.
Oh yeah, I hear it.
Not entirely gone, you know.
You didn't have to show off.
Well, it wasn't intentional.
You coughed right in my general direction. Thank you.
Yeah, I hate using this phone. Man, I'm looking at the image here in this phone, and it looks like I'm looking down on everybody.
Oh, yeah.
You know
It's very scary. It's very
I
scary.
don't like it at all. It's like,
you're very intimidating. Hi, Ole, how are you?
Good.
So, yeah, it's very intimidating. You look very intimidating there.
Yeah, that's
Welcome in, everybody. Good morning and good afternoon to everybody, and good evening to our friends all the way over in Africa. Yeah, East Africa, South Africa.
Great Britain getting there at the evening time.
Oh yeah, Great Britain, and of course our friends in Australia who may just be making
definitely nighttime.
Might even be after midnight. It might be tomorrow by now.
Yeah, I'm not sure on the time difference between here in Australia.
Steve, where are you?
I really don't know. But what are you going to do?
What are we going to talk about today? We don't have a guest, I don't think, right?
No, we'll have one tomorrow.
Yeah, we have one tomorrow.
And
we have, we have Anna coming back. She met with Envy and I over a week ago or so. And I really felt like her and you and I should get down into the dirt and talk about what we're going to, what's going on in the world out there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. See how things are going in a state where it's not
yeah, I'm pretty sure she's in Tennessee.
acceptable.
And I want to yell out her name. It's CBD Plus or Hemp Trails. Go look her up if you're interested. They do ship. They make some different types of food items you might be interested in. They make some
14 to 16 hours. Yeah, it's definitely nighttime.
All right. So no, but it's definitely tomorrow too, because if it's midnight here, I mean 12 here, so
It
is like 2 a.m. there or something.
Look at that, man. We're such a great show. We're broadcasting into the future.
We are the future.
That's powerful media. When you can broadcast into the future, that's spectacular. Yep. I like that.
Yeah, I'm very excited about the game show. You've done a fantastic job.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know how you're doing it with COVID, but
you know how long the days were last week? Like, it sucks. Like, to me, it sucks when I can't sit on the computer for 6, 7 hours, 8 hours out of the day. Then the day just drags on. It's like, what do you do? Especially when you feel crappy. So it's not like you want to, smoke joints and watch movies and have the munchies and stuff. You know what I mean?
And doobies don't even work, right?
Yeah.
The drugs don't even work. They're like not doing anything for you. You just feel like shit anyway.
No, this one, I don't know.
I would say that's the only time I feel like marijuana really doesn't work is when I'm sick as fuck.
Yeah, it's when you're sick, yeah.
And I'm like, I don't even want a fucking joint right now. Just keep it away from me because I'm
well, especially when it's in your lungs, right? When you're congested and stuff.
Right, and then you're coughing it all up.
Yeah.
And then you got belly pain from coughing so hard for fucking weeks. Again, right on me. Do I need to put a mask on?
I don't know.
Can you turn the other way and cough?
I don't know. I had to go out shopping this morning, that's for sure.
Good morning, Kyle. How are you, Special K? That's our friend, Special K.
You gotta forgive me, everybody who's listening out there. If you're putting messages in the chat for me to see, today I am blind to them.
I'll read them out to you. I'm sorry. I forgot that you said that.
Okay, yeah, I can't see. I can't see.
Ola or Ole from East Africa. He's an up-and-coming star.
Nice.
He said hello to Dr. High. Nice meeting you or seeing
Thank you. Nice to meet you too.
Garrett.
All the way from Africa.
Oh, yeah. He's one of our biggest listeners.
Nice.
Africa is number 3 on my listening chart.
That's pretty cool.
It's Canada, and then the United States, and then Africa.
Wow.
And they're catching up to the United States, so you freakers better start stepping it up over here.
I bet you they got some pretty good weed in Africa.
Ole? Do they have good weed over there in Africa?
I believe that they will in certain places.
That he pretty much hates it there and is very excited to come to America. I told him that you would give him a green card and carry him off to your daughter, and he could come to America, Canada.
Coming to America.
The loud is good, he says. Loud is good.
Yeah, the loud is good.
I like that.
Well, it's where the land races. That's part of where the land races originated. Places like Afghanistan and in Africa. These were where cannabis was originating, like the sativas and that are equatorial strains that were growing in Africa. One of the best weeds I ever smoked was a red Congolese, which was a pure landrace strain.
I never even heard of that one. Red Congolese?
Red Congolese. I managed to get a little bit of that about probably 7 years ago, 8 years ago. And it wasn't very pretty, but boy, was it nice. I mean, it was, and that was part of the shock to it, was the way it looked compared to the way it functioned, Yeah. Two different worlds. But
I was reading what Ole. I'm screwing it up every time. I have no idea. I'm so sorry, bud. I don't mean to screw your name up. Someday I'll figure it out. That sounds tasty. Yes, I agree. That did sound tasty. Speaking of tasty, I'm thinking I need to go out and trademark my name so that eventually, if I ever wanna, like my real name, my human name,
Okay.
because like if I ever want to have my own strain, by the time I'm ready, I think all other names will be gone and people will be just use. I got
I
some
think the
Dr.
government
High.
already trademarked your name.
Oh yeah, that's true. I
That's
didn't
called
even
your social security number.
fuck.
That's the trademark number, the patent number on
Right.
you.
That's my EIN number if I want it to be too, right? I could be a
Yeah,
business under myself.
exactly.
Right.
So believe that.
Believe.
They already
Hope
got
that
you.
you got 'em.
Yeah,
Big
they already
butts
got
and
you.
little crumbs. Did you see the show with Jag the Apostle and I and Mike
No,
on Saturday? Oh,
no. I was
you know what you could do when you're
deep
sitting
into doing
around
stuff.
doing nothing? You
Yeah.
could be watching some of our videos, critiquing us
I
instead
don't
of
want to critique.
just sitting there being miserable. How
I try
is
to have
Mrs.
an
High
open
back to work?
opinion. Is being miserable? Oh, you mean just not feeling miserable?
Yeah. I don't mean
Oh,
miserable. Yeah,
half the
no,
time,
you
man, I'm
meant
sitting on
feeling
the couch. I don't see movies all the way through. TV shows, who knows whether I see them or not half the time. I actually watched a pretty good one this weekend called 007 Race to the Million. And basically it was a British game show where these people had to set off and accomplish James Bond like tasks. You know what I mean? Like find these briefcases and all kinds of crazy stuff, from like mountain climbing to diving on wrecks to all kinds of stuff. So
wow.
there were teams of two, and they set off, and it was all over the world, right? The challenges could be, start in Jamaica and end up in the Atacama Desert in Chile.
Wow. Kind
And
of like the American race, but different.
yeah, like the American race, but different. You know what I mean? Because they had to use guns, at different points to shoot targets. They had to, you know what I mean? Like they had to do James Bond type shit,
Kind of like what was that old movie that we used to love? You used to love it. BJ and the Bear.
BJ and the Bear. I
uh,
remember that.
when they used to race across them at the what was it called?
Oh, Cannonball Run.
Cannonball Run. Thank you.
Yeah,
Cannonball Run.
absolutely.
And you had to race and you had to stop in towns and
Oh yeah, the black Lamborghini.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I tell you.
Right turn, Clyde.
Hey, when I was that's Clint Eastwood.
Right.
Oh, what was that one called?
That one was
Any Which Way But Loose.
was
Any Which Way But Loose.
yeah, that's another great movie. Any Which Way But Loose.
Yeah, I remember all those things, man. Smokey and the Bandit and all that good stuff back from that time. Those are the cars we all wanted. That Trans Am 6.6 liter.
Absolutely. And the
Yeah.
girl in the front seat.
Yeah, that's funny. I don't think about those types of much.
Sally Fields, right? Wasn't that
Sally Fields, yeah.
Burt Reynolds in that? Yeah.
The Flying Nun.
Yeah.
It's funny. My daughter's dog, Bailey, when she looks at you and her ears perk up, she looks like the Flying Nun. Because her ears just take the same shape, right, of Sally Fields' old habit from that TV show.
Or our friend Miss Mary Jane, Sister Mary Jane, remember?
Well, it wasn't quite as pronounced with the habit she was wearing, but my daughter couldn't understand it, right? When I kept laughing and saying, boy, Bailey looks like the Flying Nun, because of course my daughter's at the time was only maybe like 21, right?
Morning, Kyle. Hi, everybody.
So,
welcome to Eat Squatch. How are you guys? Welcome.
One day she YouTubed it and she saw it and she was like, oh my God. But my daughter's dog's got like 13,000 followers on Instagram.
Yeah, my in-laws dog has a whole shitload of followers on Facebook. Yes.
Oh, time flies when you're having fun.
Wow. Commercials?
It looks that way.
We'll be right back. You're hanging on the Cannabis Chronicles on CBG TV, Live 365, and TuneIn, and right here where you are.
Have you ever pondered cannabis beyond the haze? Would you like to know more about this incredible plant? Dive into drhigh.com. Unlock medical wonders, master home-based crafts, and debunk myths. Do you support our mission? Shop Dr. High AI Haze on Etsy for cannabis-themed clothing, mugs, and digital downloads using original AI cannabis art. Hell, we might even have some psychedelic mushroom items there too. We also have 25 books on cannabis and specific medical conditions available at Dr. High on Amazon.com. drhigh.com, cannabis information, education, and advocacy.
Announcing CBG TV's Bud Break book. Get your copy now. Detailed strain reviews. Every purchase supports the ongoing efforts of CBG TV. Available from Amazon and at cbgtv.com or scan the QR code.
Say bye-bye to bottled water. Holistic Health Water has certified medical-grade water ionizers that make 7 types of water, including healthy alkaline. There's a 5-micron filter that lasts up to a year, and each machine lasts 25 to 30 years. Simply attach to your faucet or install under your sink. Even get a mineral spa unit for your shower. Go to ownyourwater.org to get a free ebook. Plus, pay for any machine in full and get an extra filter free. Change your water and change your life. Ownyourwater.org.
Discover the natural path to wellness at Tailored Herbs and Concentrates.
Herbs?
With a passion for holistic health, we are your trusted source for premium herbs and concentrates.
Wait a minute, do they have weed?
Our dedicated team is here to guide you on your wellness journey. Open 7 days a week, 10 to 10, ensuring you have access to what you need when you need it most. Tailored Herbs and Concentrates is located
Their pot
2941 Highway 11, Burnt Church, New Brunswick, Canada. If you need assistance anytime,
I need assistance. I need weed.
Just call 506-871-4299. Tailored Herbs and Concentrates.
Where all the potheads go.
WTHC! Welcome back. We're hanging. I'm sorry, I'm a little high.
What is that?
Oh, I was doing a bong hit. You didn't hear it?
That was a serious one.
Yeah.
Wait till you see today's Zen moment.
Oh, Zen moment of the day. It's not.
Oh, yeah. Wait till you see that.
Happy 420, though.
420. Oh,
hey,
420 song.
Here it is.
I'm gonna get you high today. Next memory.
Who's this, Sarah Bareilles?
Taco and the Mofo, now known as Our Time.
Herbert.
All night I got a lighter cause I wanna
calling
get
out
high
again?
with you.
They may have been
Before I take another step, I wanna get high with you. It's okay, all the stress just throw it away, and in the wind we're gonna blow that J. This right here is just a matinee. Later on on tonight, we demonstrate. Bumping sold out in a black Chevrolet, and I'm the man when I walk in the place. I get that standing ovation, already rolled up, no time wasted. Love is our intoxication. All the ladies lovely, so face it. So to the water, we're gonna take it. This moment, I can't replace it. Got smile with no expiration because I got a pocket full of, I got a pocket full of, I got a pocket full of, I got a pocket full of payroll, I got a payroll, I got a pocket full of, I got a pocket full of, I got a pocket full of payroll, I get out with you, got a pocket full of, I got a pocket full of, I get out with you, got a pocket full of, I got a pocket full of now.
Mr. Flo! What's up, Robert? How's life in the UK?
Miserable, he said.
Pretty crazy over there.
Another one for getting a green card towards.
What's up, Chris?
Now that you have no kids.
Kyle! Squad, how are you, brother? How's everything going, Jay? Hi, y'all. Call us some more. Get out of here. Quick spam in the chat. What's up, son? Big
All that ball we're playing right now. Get them all over here. Tag them all. Abel, great job. Welcome back. We are the Cannabis Chronicles. I am the hippie. That is Dr. High. We are chilling today. It's our Monday relaxation day, I guess. Hi, Kelly.
Coming to life day. Well, I had to do my groceries this morning, so I was in a different frame of mind up until about an hour ago, I guess.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, I was in a different frame of mind all morning as well. My day started out like poop, to be honest. Not anything horrible, but, you know, just like I got up and it was 18 degrees out. That was very cold for me.
Oh, 18's pretty cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I said, oh, my wife asked me to go get my daughter from work today. So then I had to go out in the 18-degree cold weather, start the car, get in the car, sit in the car while the car warmed, drive the car to my daughter's job because my daughter's car is in the shop getting fixed.
Oh.
And she worked the overnight last night, so I had to get her by 7 a.m. Now, Let me tell you, yesterday afternoon, we discussed this, and I said, you never get out on time. I can't do it. I have to be here to be on time for work at 8 o'clock. And I know you know. And she said, no, the morning shift, I always get off on time. Don't worry about it. And I said, yeah, right. And she walked out of the room. And I said, maybe I'll pick you up. But she wanted me to pick her up because she's tired of listening to her mother in the morning. Her mother does nothing but complain and bitch and moan, you know. So she's like, I need a break from this. Can you pick me up? And I was like, okay. So I go, as the great dad that I am, at 6:30 in the morning, and I head on over to her job, and I get there at exactly like 5 minutes to 7. At 2 minutes after 7, I proceeded to write to her, "You're late.
Where the fuck are you?"
Yeah, and she said, "I know. The morning guy called in, and he's running late. He'll be here in 25 minutes."
Oh.
I said, "Are you kidding me?" And she said, "No, I'm so sorry." And then I was like, "Oh," and so then it started. The day started. Then it gets worse. Well, she finally comes out, and we have a pleasant ride home. And I get home like 4 minutes before the show's ready to start. And Mrs. Hippie and had come in and set everything up so that it was ready, you know, so that I could just jump in and jump on because I have obviously wrote to her and complained about my situation.
Your predicament.
Yeah, because now I'm sitting in, now the car is nice and toasty. I'm actually sweating to death, and I'm like, turn this shit off. My ass is on fire because the heat on the chair is on fire. Anyway, I get home, I run in here, I get on the air. Everything seems to have calmed down. Woosah. And then it all starts to rile up again. And it's been nonstop issue after issue since the minute I've gotten up this morning. Between I'm fighting with Live 365 and TuneIn because, well, I'm trying to blame them for the stupid station, but they're like, no, it's not them, it's you're stupid. And I was like, oh.
They say that's not the station that's stupid, you're stupid? Is that what you said?
Well, not in so many words, but yeah, basically. They're
Okay.
like, stop doing this and this and this, and your station would run a lot better. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense. So I have to have a conversation with all of my fellow DJs to make sure that they all know that the stupid stuff that we've been doing doesn't work that way.
Right.
And then there's a whole bunch of other stuff that, and so the day has just been pretty freaking cranky and miserable.
So who was playing the music this morning? You?
I was on for from 8 to 10-ish. And then I got ornery and I hung up, and whoever took over, the Can't Keep a Job Bob took over from 10.
Okay. Because he played something at one point while I was working on a computer. Must have been, I don't know what time it was, 11 o'clock. But I loved it. It was like some psychedelic type, almost instrumental, I think. I loved it. I just finished pumping on my distillate pen, and it was the perfect music for what I was doing. It just, I don't know, it was like being in a weird dream for 10 minutes. I loved it. I don't know what it was, but I loved it.
Dr. High, we could, Elena, how are you, sweetie? Nice to meet you again. Would you be interested in coming up and hanging out with us today and talking to Dr. High? I would love to have you come up. I know it's a little short notice.
Dr. High's not a real doctor, by the way.
Dr. High is not a real doctor, just to let you know. But she watches us all the time. She said, "Oh, you're not able to read the chat." She said,
No,
Good afternoon, guys. Good to see you. I just want to let you know that I listen." This kid.
You know that I listen with Frank every day. It's just hard for me to also listen at the same time on my phone. Sometimes I'd like to comment too. Yeah, absolutely. And we'd like to hear what you got to say, Elena.
Yeah, if you're able, we would love to have you come up because, we've been talking to Frank about your illness and if we can help you in any way feel better and have the best quality of life.
And that's really what this is all about, right? It's just being able to talk to people and kind of coach them through the cannabis experience the best we can.
Even if you're together, if Frank just wants to come up and you're in the same room, you would love to. All right. I think that we're friends here, so I should be able to send you an invite.
Woo!
Garrett, can you send an invite, or is that possible? I don't even know.
Not if Garrett's not friends with him, maybe he can't unless it goes by email, right?
Oh, maybe. I gotta see if I have Elena. How is it spelled?
Elena. Oh, thanks, NV. I do feel better, but it's not 100% gone yet. I'll tell you, this is a weird COVID because it's been 8 days and still not over it. So I don't know what kind of strain this one is, but I don't like it.
It's the one that takes forever.
Yeah, it seems that way. I'm just glad I don't actually.
Elena, we're gonna have to be. I just tried. You got to go find tie-dye T TYEDYE _TEE, and we have to become friends because I can't send you an invite unless you want to put your email here somewhere.
Got to be careful. A lot of perverts watching this show.
Yeah,
can't be putting your stuff out there.
Especially Beaner. Beaner.
Hey, that was nice, Ali.
Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. You are on the Cannabis Chronicles. It is Da.Hippie and Doktor High, and we're going to try to figure out how to get our friend Elena up here.
Yeah.
Maybe I can invite you. Are you with Frank? Do you happen to be in the same home as Frank right now?
That's a loaded question.
Oh, it's true. I didn't even think about that, but it is a loaded question.
Actually, just got a message from Lee Hacker while we were talking.
What did he want?
I sent him a message this morning because I was posting for the new game show, and I was thinking I'd like to post it in the Holistic Cloud, and I'd like to post it in 420 Campfire, but it promotes a different group, right? So out of respect, I wanted to send Lee a message and say, listen, I want to post this here, but I'm not going to assume it's acceptable because it's basically, suggesting people join another group because they'll need to be a member of that group to participate. So what do you say? And the answer came back, yes and yes. So good.
Is that good or bad?
That's good. It means I can post about the game show in 420 Campfire without stepping on any toes. I'm all about that, right? That's one thing that prison teaches you is how to respect people, and how to approach things from the right way, like politically correct way to do certain things. So I'm glad that I took that lesson out of it for sure, because these big groups, they're excellent to be able to access, right?
Yeah. I don't follow those rules.
I
didn't think of it as advertising another group. I thought of it as advertising a game show.
Right. Yeah, except the QR code brings you to another group. So. Oh, there's Lee. How you doing, Lee? I was just telling the hippie how I appreciated your response.
Yes, we were just discussing you, Mr. Hacker. So
yeah, it's just the way I am. Like for some things, right? If I'm posting like a blog post or something like that, or I'm posting about our show, the Cannabis Chronicles, I feel it perfectly natural to post in all the places I do. But simply because this is another group, right? I thought it was a little bit different.
Yeah.
In my mind, it is.
I totally get it. And I apologize to all those groups I'm annoying the fuck out of.
You're funny. You're funny.
I'm still trying to find Elena. I'm working on it, but I only got one hand. I can't spell.
Can't spell. Only saw it once. Only saw the first name. I tell you, we did have a little bit of interesting experience this morning. I'm getting ready to go up to the grocery store, and I got to hear the fire alarm here for the first time. And I can't believe it, but they got those annoying ones they have in commercial buildings that flash the strobe light, and they're like, and I got them. I got them in 4 rooms in my house. In my apartment, there's one in my living room, one in each bedroom, and one in the bathroom.
Okay, I'm going to try to invite Frank now. Hold on. I knew they were hanging out together.
The dog was tripping. If Chris is watching today, Chris, that's what you're going to need. A good pair of
why is everything so fucking difficult?
Curve trimming scissors for when you do your harvest, because these are perfect. They're super sharp. They curve around the buds nice when you're trimming. My wife just found these the other day. I didn't grow anything this year, so I don't really need them, but they don't go bad.
Frank's story ain't going to work either. Is Frank's story a business? or a business page or a company page because I can't find them either.
Well,
why is everything got to be so difficult today?
some days are just like that. It's Monday.
No, I'm not high enough for this shit.
Are we ever?
Are you there?
Who?
Fuck. Now I can't hear you.
I'm here. You can't hear me?
I hit the button. My every once in a while, my doobie will come down and hit the the button by mistake, and then all of a sudden I can't hear when I'm swinging.
Well, thank goodness it's your doobie pressing the button.
Yeah, well, no, this guy's tied down. I told you.
When's your new friend going to arrive? You got a new friend on the way, huh?
Oh, yeah, he's supposed to be on the way. I don't know. I don't get into that. When it gets here, it gets here. Unless it's from a different friend of mine, then I'm very concerned. Everything else is, I mean, I love it. I can't wait for it.
You're still enjoying that as much as you did the first day?
Absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Nice.
It's amazing, sir.
And how do you feel? How do you feel it's going to improve your situation as far as the cost of your medicines?
Let's figure it out. Let's do the math, okay?
Yeah.
You can even go to that's something we can talk about for a few minutes until we figure out how to get Elena up here.
Are you going to do the math or am I?
No, you are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't do math. Math was not one of my best subjects.
No?
Well, nor was school, but yeah. So yeah, add Garrett because I only got one fucking hand. It's got a doobie in it. So it's very hard.
And your fingers are soft.
All right, let's figure it out. Look up let's say I don't want to look up cheap because I want to look up quality, you know, what I would pay for if I was a wealthy man.
Right.
Like what,
they're in the States, we could assume that would be about anywhere between $250 and $320 an ounce, I would think.
Right. But I can get them for 110. So I mean, should we do that?
Well, is there any comparability to what you find at 110 and what you're enjoying currently?
Holy shit, man. You made that was some funny shit. Yeah, there's a difference. Yeah, there's a big fucking difference.
So let me ask you this: for
$110 is crunchy, crusty, hard. It turns to dust. It is gross. It doesn't taste well. The stuff I get from the netherworld, my new dispensary is so much better.
So different, eh? Now, have you ever been able to obtain medicine from your old dispensary that was approaching the quality of the medicine you have now obtained from your new dispensary?
I don't know if I could say yes, but I could say close, I guess.
All right. So the ones that were close, what did they cost you?
Yeah,
like you remember?
Like you were saying, yeah, like $250, $300 an ounce. Somewhere.
Okay.
I think we're good with $250. Why don't we just say $250?
All right.
Good round number for my ounce.
So now for 4 ounces, you're at a Gino.
A Gino? Who the fuck is Gino?
Oh, a Gino, $1,000.
Oh, a G-Note. I thought it was Gino. I was like, who?
No.
How did Gino get here and get him out of here? I'm not sharing.
We don't talk about Gino or Guido or Pepe or any of them.
Oh, Felipe came by the way, and dropped off the plant. We can talk about that.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have to see that. It's been at least a week. That thing's got to be changing.
We got to talk about that mess. Yeah, it's fucking changing. All right. So is the seasons by the looks of it. It's fall. Anyway, anyway, let's get on to it. So we're at 250. We're at a G-Note.
Yeah.
A G-Note for what? An ounce?
For 4.
for 4. So that's a quarter pound.
Yeah.
So a quarter pound would cost me $1,000.
Yeah.
So a half a pound would cost me $2,000.
Yeah.
Now figure they're going to give me some sort of a discount because I'm me.
I don't know if in your dispensary wouldn't be able to necessarily.
You're right. $250. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you'd be straight up all the way.
$2,000 for a half a pound.
Yeah, 8 ounces.
Yes, I paid significantly less.
Yes.
I don't know if I had told you how much I paid, but
I think you gave me a roundabout idea, somewhere under 6, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So I am very happy there. But what are my savings there?
Well, they're tremendous. You saved better than 2/3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my goal is now to spend that 2/3 on dabs.
That's not the way you're supposed to look at this.
No more savings. Now I got plenty of flour, and I'm going to have plenty of dabs.
Yeah, you have to take advantage of these opportunities to build a little more comfort and take some stress out and keep a bank for the future.
Oh,
because
you sound like my wife now.
Yeah. The older I get, the more I sound like that too. I got to tell you.
All right.
I'm much more conservative.
I feel as though our friend Elena has joined us. Garrett, great job. Elena, great job. Thank you so much. We're going to run a commercial.
Yeah.
And we will be right back, and we'll have Elena join us right after the commercial break, if that's okay with everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sounds good.
I just want to make sure I'm still in charge. All right, let's go. Do it,
Badger Heart Puppetry. Badger Heart Puppetry. Badger Heart Puppetry. If you need some kick-ass puppets, contact Forge at 1-636-234-1535. He has all your puppet needs. He can fix puppets, build puppets, custom-made puppets. He has puppets off the rack for cheap prices. Contact Forge today at 1-636-234-1535 or on TikTok or Facebook at Badger Heart Puppetry. He also makes LARPing items too.
Are you in the Ellensville or Middletown, New York area? Revamp your space with Collins Paints Ltd. Ugly walls? Let Collins Paints Ltd. add a splash of color to your world. Collins Painting is a veteran-owned and operated business. They can transform your space to whatever your heart desires. Say goodbye to the boring beige and hello to possibilities of bright and vibrant colors. The Collins Painting team are a group of skilled professional painters who will turn your vision into reality. Call Collins Paint Ltd. today to get a fast and easy quote. Available Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call them at 845-869-8176.
Hey, Mrs. Hippie, why don't we take a ride to Dauphin, PA today?
Dauphin? What's in Dauphin?
Bella's Badass Crystals.
Oh, but I thought you hang out with them on Facebook and on TikTok.
That's only on Mondays, Tuesdays, Saturdays, Sundays. Today I want to go there and pick up all my great finds.
That sounds like a great road trip. That's Bella's Badass Crystals on TikTok and Facebook, but you can also find them at the top of the mountain in Dauphin, PA. They are badass.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Are you looking to have some crocheted made by hand stuff like your Grammy used to do for you? Then you need to check out You Have Me Hooked 23 on Etsy and TikTok. Vern can do what you need. She crochets hats, she crochets animals, everything, anything you may need. She also makes vinyl stickers, banners for your business. Anything that you might want that she can do, she can definitely do it for you. Want an I Hate My Ex sticker? She's got you covered. Anything, and I mean anything that you may need. She has cheap and reasonable prices. Check her out. You Have Me Hooked 23 on Etsy and TikTok.
T8. I have to wait for this freaking nerd.
Have you been able to pause that commercial at the right time yet?
Which one? Me? I don't even fucking run the commercials anymore. I'm not even in charge. That's what I'm saying. I have to wait for this dork down here, Beaner, to freaking turn the microphone on before I can even talk. I don't have no control. I'm a mute back here. I used to be able
control.
I used to be able to talk while the commercials were playing and entertain. I used to have control around here.
Yeah.
It's okay though, because I absolutely don't want all the control.
Well, that's it. Isn't that what the therapists say? Give up that control.
The microphones turn themselves off. They never turned themselves off before you got here, bucko. Anyway, now
when they go full screen,
maybe, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, our friend Elena has decided to get the hell out of here. She was like, screw that. I didn't know we were hanging out with a puppet.
Oh.
No, I don't know what happened, but she's gone. Welcome back. You're hanging on the Cannabis Chronicles with Da.Hippie and Doktor High.
Yeah.
I want to give a big shout out to everybody. I've been watching. Our numbers are slowly creeping up over there on CBG TV. I would prefer them to go exponentially up. Exponentially. I don't know what that word means, but I've heard it before. Exponentially up.
Exponentially?
Yes, that one too. Exponentially. I don't know.
We like when money grows exponentially. Bitcoin's been doing good.
Speaking of microphones, I need to get somebody. We got to talk mushrooms, Doktor High, really, really soon. I ate some of them rolly up thingies the other day. Did I tell you that?
What rolly up thingies?
Oh man, you got a big loogie in your fingers. You're like leaning over everybody. Everybody looks like you're gonna throw up on them.
I know. I really hate.
You're very overpowering here.
Sir. I hate this setup. To tell you the truth, I know that's what it feels like to me. It feels like I'm like,
I'm like, all right, Doktor High, take it easy.
I need to have some kind of evil aura screen behind me.
Right,
and pull one of these. $1 million.
Where the hell did we go? I was just about to say something, and now it's gone.
I don't know.
All right, well, we can start with tailored herbs and concentrates.
Word of the day?
It is the strain of the day. Okay, and I'm gonna shout it out now. It is called Party Mix. So if you're up in Canada, in the Burnt Church, New Brunswick area, and you want a free pre-roll, nothing else, we're not giving away anything else but a pre-roll, go to Burnt Church, New Brunswick, Canada, to our friends at Tailored Herbs and Concentrates. Walk in the front door and say, the strain of the day is Party Mix. Party Mix.
Nice.
And you're
strain of the day is a good way to go because
you're not going to get anything else but a free pre-roll. Okay. I want to make sure everybody understands what's going on here. We're having some problems. I need to learn to speak French so that our friends in Canada
is that the problem? Is that why
oh my goodness. Oh, bonjour.
That's funny.
Well, I don't know what's going on, but yes, and please make sure you say hi to Zoe or Pothead or Damien. And I know they're hiring, and 2 new people are going to be coming on board over there. Did
Doktor High get a job?
They are growing exponentially.
I'll go work there. All they got to do is get one of them robots with.
Looking for a doobie roller. Do you want to be a doobie
with an
roller?
iPad? I'll mail them over.
You'll roll the doobies from home and ship them.
I roll nice ones too.
He'll work from home. You hear us out there, Damien? He'll work from home. He'll ship the doobies back to you.
You'll be able to put mine on the scale, and they'll bang it at 0.1 or at 0.9 or 1 all the time.
I wouldn't have that up there. I don't know if they're hiring. They've hired 2 people. I think they hired 2 people.
Now hiring at THC.
He is so.
Eric, you might be jumping the gun a little bit there.
He is so helpful that I can't even talk because it gets me in trouble every time I say something. It's out already, and I'm like, I can't even think to myself out loud without him putting it out there. Boom! Everybody.
Yeah, that's funny.
I can't believe that everybody doesn't know that I'm not even going to go there about last night. Whew.
Where'd you go last night?
No, the Jets lost.
Oh.
What happened to Elena? You didn't. First of all, Elena, nobody could see you but us, so you don't look like and nobody said anything. That's okay. And please come back up. We're waiting for you, sweetie. We want to help you. We want to talk to you. We want to get to know you. And I don't know why you think you had made you apologize, because you didn't make nobody could see you.
Yeah.
You were down in the little boxes, and those are down there. Nobody can see those.
Nope.
Zen moment early.
We have a good. Is Zen Wushu with us today? Have you seen Zen in the chat?
He never shows up. He's always sleeping now. He's too high. He works
I think
too
it's
hard.
because he's making good videos.
Yeah,
you're going to see the Zen moment today. Oh, one of those videos is going to blow your mind. Going to blow your mind, one of them.
Oh, yeah.
They're both great, but one of them, when I saw it today, I was like, whoa, who's that?
Well, he's always making videos, working hard, so I figure.
Yeah. I now have from him, I believe, more than 70
different videos.
Yeah.
Do you dabble on them and make them, or is that how they come? They come just how we put them up?
No, I just take the ones he sends me
and put
because they're the shape of a cell phone, right? And I just put them into a background. But he does the music and all that it's already in his videos, so I don't add the music. I don't do anything.
So the videos are unedited. All you do is put a background around them. So
yeah, it's not. I mean, that's his art. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to mess with his art.
Absolutely.
I just like to put it in a frame. That's basically what I'm doing. I'm taking Zen's art and I'm putting it in a frame. That's it.
I don't know who the hell Josh Diggity is, but he has no control over here, Elaine. I'm in charge, and we can do it whenever you want.
Yeah.
I just don't want you to feel sad. We would love to have you. You're more than welcome whenever you want, and please continue to listen and hang in. And I totally get what you're saying. We're here for you, and we love you, and thank you for being a part of our family.
Yep. That's it. This show's not to make anybody uncomfortable or pressure them or
absolutely not. We'll schedule
making people the opposite of
uncomfortable. We'll schedule it so you feel more comfortable. We'll blow it up. Garrett, get her info. We're gonna make it so it's a great big show, and she doesn't have to feel silly. I don't know why she feels silly.
So why don't we get to our Zen moment here, and when we come back, we'll play a little myth versus fact.
Gosh, oh, I thought it was Josh. I was like, I don't know who he is, but he's got no control.
Josh Diggity. That's just a way of being polite.
And if Josh Diggity pissed you off, let me know. I will fuck him up. Nobody pisses off my family around here. I'll tell you.
There you go.
I'll tell you what. All right. I guess this kid down here is giving me dirty looks because he wants to play the Zen moment of the day. So
it's a good one. You're going to like it.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I love the Zen moment of the day.
Especially video number 2.
All right, everybody, hold your horses. It's time for our Zen moment of the day. And I need... Is that Zen from when he was younger?
I don't know, but it was kind of neat, eh? When I first saw that one today, I'm like, holy shit.
I thought he was going to morph into Zen at one point. I was like, and then I thought maybe Zen was in his belly.
Yeah.
Like, is Zen going to come out of his belly?
That one was great, though. I loved it.
Yeah, it was good. It was confusing, but it was good.
It was only because we're used to a different Zen. You know what I mean?
Oh, I still feel very calm now.
Oh yeah,
Woosah.
absolutely.
Woosah. Yeah, I feel
absolutely
now that I've had the Zen moment of the day. Oh, now I can go on. Anyway, what were we gonna? Oh, Elena, we're gonna blow Elena up for next week sometime, hopefully, and then we were gonna play your game, right? We're gonna play Truth or Dare.
We're not gonna play too much of a game. Just
Truth or
do
Dare,
some interesting things, you know.
Or spin the bottle. Which one did you say?
Spin the bottle, absolutely.
Nice. I am not sitting next to Beaner.
No. I'll probably wear a tie.
I refuse to kiss him. Unemployed.
Yeah.
His name is now Unemployed Floyd.
Unemployed Floyd.
Yeah, we got Can't Keep a Job Bob, and now Unemployed Floyd.
There we go. But I guess we kind of fit that category too in a weird way.
Hey, speak for yourself.
You know,
I make tons of money, like $50 a month.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like me.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I got a notification this morning that Etsy was sending me $4.77. So you know I'm rocking. But to be fair,
for a pre-roll.
To be fair, last week they sent me like $8.
Whoa, you're killing it.
So
you're killing it. How about even sending me no damn money?
That's because I sold a coffee mug to somebody in California. Yeah.
Very nice. So let's do it. Let's play spin the bottle, I guess. I don't know. Do you have a bottle?
So there's a myth out there that cannabis is a gateway drug that leads to the use of harder substances. The question is it? Does it? Does it lead kids to want to try other drugs?
Yes.
It does?
I agree with that 100%. Yes.
Why so?
Well, in my mind, I feel as though because as an adult, pounding it into my children that it was bad all my life, and then when they tried it, they said, oh, this is good. Maybe they said cocaine was bad, but it's really good too. And then I went and I tried cocaine, and then they said heroin.
And it was good.
It was great. Oh, yeah. I love the smell of that stuff. But then I decided that I said, man, I seen these dudes putting it in a spoon and working with it, some magic with it. Let me try that. And then it
was good.
It was really, really good, but then it was really, really bad.
Yes.
And then I had to get off of it. And you know what? Then I went back to marijuana.
Because marijuana is always good.
It saved my life. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Saved my life and helped me get off of the bad drugs that I was on because marijuana was pounded into my head that it was bad, but they lied to me and it was good. The other ones aren't so good. I mean, they're tasty and you have a good time, but don't do them. Stay away from them. They're bad.
Yep. No, that's the thing. You know, a lot of these substances, when you first try them, they seem good, but they all have a curve that leads to bad.
Right.
Except for cannabis. Cannabis doesn't necessarily take that same transition. You know what I mean? Like it starts off good and it stays good for the most part.
Well, don't
for
do
a lot of
that
people
anymore, Kay, young lady. I don't want to hear about that stuff. It's bad.
Well, you know, I mean,
I love you, Kay.
We are the sum of our experiences, right? So I guess it's part of what it is. It's part of who made who we are today. If we hadn't had these experiences, we wouldn't necessarily be the same people.
Well, you know what I did is I feel like if I can make the change, everybody can make the change. I mean, eventually. No, I don't mean that, but like, I mean, like, I took it and I said, you know what? I'm now a father, and I have my own children now.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? I have to make a decision. And my wife and I, we don't see eye to eye on a lot of stuff because I am pretty straightforward with my children. I tell them straight up, you're going to get yourself hurt, or don't do. I sometimes tell them to do stuff so they get hurt and then they learn their lesson that way. But sometimes I say, don't do that because you're going to get hurt. And when they were very young, not very young, but old enough to understand, I made them sit down with me every day, every night at 10 o'clock, and we would watch Intervention.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've seen that show.
And we would sit there and we would watch Intervention, and I would tell my children, that's daddy. Yeah, your daddy used to look like that. You like the way your daddy used to look? Your daddy got himself clean, and he no longer looks like that. And they said, whoa. And then they saw other people who were sick as well, and I would compare them to other people in our lives, and I'd say, do you know how blah, blah, blah walks around and looks like that? That's because he's on that. And then they all said, so, and over the time now, they don't do nothing. They both smoke weed, and that's it. They don't even drink. They don't neither. I mean, my daughter once in a blue moon, but at my son's age, at 18, he doesn't drink at all. He doesn't want liquor.
Yeah.
No urge for liquor. At 18, I was fucking breaking into bars, drinking, partying like a rock star, out of my mind.
I went into my first bar at about 13.
Oh, when I was 16. I didn't get into bars until I was like 16. But at 16, we all knew the bar. I can call it out. Shout out Connie's Lounge. Woo woo. Yep, Connie's Lounge. We would go there at 16, 17, 18 years old, all the way up to 21, partying like rock stars in there. They didn't give a fludge.
No, it was different back then, right?
Yeah.
Like we used to have our
mid 80s, late 80s, 16, 17, 18. That's when I was in my
Yeah, for me it was the early 80s that I was getting into all that kind of business, right? But we had our local taverns we could get into.
You're significantly older than me, sir. You're significantly older than me.
Significantly.
Yeah, I had to say that. I'm sorry.
But yeah, it was a different time, right?
Yeah, definitely. I remember my first bar fight was at Connie's Lounge, and it was crazy. It was not a bar fight. It may have turned into a shooting. There may have been some fist fights and some bats. There may have been some people hit by cars in the parking lot and run over. And we just kind of, as children, kind of just stood there and watched in awe, and then kind of got in our car and took off as fast as we could the hell out of there for a couple weeks anyway, until things kind of simmered down. It wasn't because of us. We weren't in trouble. We were just happened to be there.
When bystanders.
Yeah, when everybody, all the adults wanted to have a little fight, I guess.
See, that never really happened where I grew up because there was no guns. You know what I mean? We don't have the same laws when it comes to guns in Canada. It's much more rare for people to have firearms here. I keep telling my wife, though, I'd like to go get my firearms license and have some guns. Just because I think.
Are you allowed to have guns in Canada? I don't think you're allowed, are you?
Yeah, you're allowed, but it's a whole different thing. You have to apply to the RCMP, which is basically the Canadian FBI. You have to send in an application to them.
Let me cut you off.
Yeah.
You don't think you're going to have some issues with with your past?
No, because really what they look at is violence or tendency towards violence. And my history really doesn't have any violence. Like I do have one assault in my past.
But you look like a violent man, sir.
Yeah, well, I could look like one, but it doesn't mean that I am.
Profiling you, and I'm assuming you're violent by that big, scary-looking beard and the bald KKK head up there. You're just you're trouble.
Yeah, no.
No,
violence has never really been a thing of mine. Like I worked as a doorman for a while, and I picked up an assault there, just because a guy tried to hit me with a bottle as I was ejecting him from the bar, and this happened right at the door to the parking lot, and the taxi was there. So I took him over to the taxi, and I put him in the taxi, and as I was closing the taxi door, His arm was not quite out of the way.
Yeah, I've done that to a couple people when their head hasn't officially gotten in the car, like Mrs. Hippie a couple times when she's pissing me off and I'm letting her in the door and I'm like, yeah, that'll get you, bitch.
Yeah, and my problem is that as soon as you're outside the door of the establishment, like the patron is in the parking lot, you're no longer protected the same way from
You're no
accidents,
longer
right?
You're no longer under the bars.
But that moment had me just a bit emotional. That particular day with that gentleman, so I had been very nice to him. 3 times I'd seen him pouring his own drink from his own bottle at the club, and I went over to him and I told him, "Listen, put your shit away, pay for your drinks." You know what I mean?
This is not.
And
yourself.
I was nice about it 3 times, and then it was time to eject him. And on the way out, he tried to hit me with that bottle, and I was like, "No, sir." You know?
Yeah, I know. So, I've been in my share of watching or participating in bar fights in my day, and they don't ever work out well.
You know, I was really only in one that was kind of serious, and that's because we had a bachelor party at the club. Bunch of guys from Boston, actually. Were they from Boston? Yeah, they might have been from Boston. And
always troublemakers over there in Boston.
It got a little wild, and there was about 12 or 13 of them and only 4 of us, so it wasn't fun.
And we were in Canada.
Yep.
Yeah, that could be bad.
Yep.
Yeah.
But,
anyway,
Joey was involved, something like that.
Yeah, I was just telling the family when we were hanging out on the Discord that the other day about a bar fight. I don't know which family members were there, but we were walking out and I got beat pretty bad. It was the worst. What was the worst beating I ever taken in my life? I got jumped. It was 3 guys versus 3 guys, and we had our girlfriends or women friends with us at the time, and we had been drinking pretty heavily for numerous hours, and we were leaving the bar, getting ready to drink and drive home, and then we decided that we were going to walk to the car, and then these 3 guys came walking up and they kind of bumped into us, and they knocked my friend Jimmy, who was a very small but very violent man. Because he was so small, he ended up being picked on a lot, so he had that little guy syndrome.
And they get tough, some of those little guys.
Oh man, I've seen him knock some motherfuckers out.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jimmy has his little guy and his beer muscles on. He's like, "Whoa, you just bumped into my girl, bro. Turn around and say you're sorry." And they said, "Fuck you," and they kept walking up towards their car. And so James decides to follow them. And me and my buddy Derek, we look at each other and we're like, great, here we go. And so we start following up the hill, and the girls are yelling, no, don't do it. Don't do it. No, it's not. Whatever. I don't remember much after this. So we get about halfway up there. And then all of a sudden, my buddy Derek is like, I'm going to go get a bat out of my car. And I'm like, good idea. And all of a sudden,
good idea. Bring a crowbar for me.
So all of a sudden, this might have been after this. As we're walking up there, all of a sudden, the side door to this van opens up, and 6 more guys get out of the van. So now it's 9 on 3, and that's when Derek turns to me and says, "I'm going to get my bat." And I said,
"That sounds like a bad porno.
Go grab your gun and bat, and whatever else, because this is going to be bad." So he's gone. Now it's just James and myself. And James, they basically, as I watch, 2 of them grab him and they throw him onto the back of a car.
Okay.
And they basically rape him, not sexually, but they rob him of everything: gold chain, wallet, beeper. No cell phones back then. This was a beeper. You kids look it up on YouTube or something. You'll see stuff about beepers back in the day, how we had to deal with it.
202-2497.
You're right.
That was my pager number.
Oh, I don't remember mine. I had
the same one for a long time.
I had about 700 of them. Anyway, so then the big guy of their group and I kind of make eye contact, and I'm the big guy of our group. And I'm like, all right, I guess it's you and me, bucko. And I put my fists up, and I'm like, we're going to do this. And I'm really, really drunk. And I'm like, let's do this. And all of a sudden, some fucking little douchebag from behind me puts his knee in the middle of my back. And I go face first to the ground. And then that's when I proceeded to get into a fetal position and try to protect all organs because they continued to kick me like a football until somebody decided to yell that they were an off-duty police officer. They all got in their car and they jumped in the van and took off. And Derek came up. I saw him as I was turning over with blood pouring out of me. I saw him throw the baseball bat at the car. I said, great job.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Derek. And then the cop guy came over and he said, here, you go sit over here. I'll be right back with you. And I was like, yeah, all right. Yeah, sure. And as soon as he turned his back, I was like, I took off running down the road as fast as I could. And I
can picture it too. You remember those little the old trucking logos? You kind of look like the hippie from the trucking logo. I could see your feet stretched out in front of you, pulling away.
Yeah, that was me running.
Yep. I was like, I could see it. That's where that image came from.
Maybe because it was back then. Yeah,
could have been.
I run about 40 yards, and I'm breathing like this.
Because
I'm fat, out of shape, overweight, I smoke, and I'm fucking 3 sheets to the wind. And I can't see anywhere because I got a gash from here to fucking here across my eye where they decided to kick me with a steel tip boot.
Oh, yeah.
And split my head
I took one of those in the face one time.
Yeah, that's not
my
fun.
nose to shit.
I don't recommend that to anybody.
Nope.
I actually had like the word Adidas. You could see it on my cheek. Yep. It was imprinted in my face from where they kicked me with the bottom of their foot, and it imprinted. When it bruised the next day, I went to a friend of mine's house to show them how wonderful I looked. Yeah. And you could read Adidas. It said it. You could read like DDIS was in my cheek. And they were like, holy shit, it says DDIS on your cheek. And I was like, yeah, funny. That's part of my memories. So wait, I'm not done. So I run about 100 yards, I'll say, about 100 yards to the nearest gas station. And I go running up. I don't know if you've ever seen a Hess gas station, but there's nothing to them. There's just a whole shitload of pumps. And there's like a booth in the middle, and dude sits in the booth by himself. He don't help you with nothing. He don't talk to you. You put the money in the thing, and they tell you to fuck off. You know, basically that's it. Especially in New York. I go running up, and he's looking down, reading the newspaper. It's like 3:00 in the morning, you know, and he's reading the newspaper, and I run up to him, and I bang on the window, and he looks up, and his face just turns pale white. And I said, "Is it bad?" And he said, and I said, do you have a bathroom? And he said, I said, may I use it? He said,
no.
I said, is it on the side? He said, I said, thank you. Good talk. And I went running around the side of the building. I said, oh no. I said, do I need a key? And he said, no. And I said, okay. And I went running into the bathroom, and because of the alcohol poisoning that I had in me, the blood was just like a fucking ocean.
Yeah, you bleed a lot. That's why they say you shouldn't drink before you tattoo.
Pouring out of me. And then I'm taking water, and I'm in the bathroom, and I'm trying to rinse myself, and it's just pouring down.
Yeah, the head bleeds a lot.
I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, I'm trying to hold it closed, and it's just a bit, you could see my skull. I ended up with 16 on the inside and 16 on the outside.
Wow.
Yeah, and they said, you're drunk, so we're going to give you the new guy. And so there was all fucked up.
We're going to give you the new guy, and we're going to do it with no anesthetic.
Right, well, yeah, I don't even remember any anesthetic.
Oh,
I might have woken
here
up.
We go.
All right, story's
rock and roll.
Story's over. Ha, you don't get the
time to pay the bills.
Have you ever pondered cannabis beyond the haze? Would you like to know more about this incredible plant? Dive into drhigh.com. Unlock medical wonders, master home-based crafts, and debunk myths. Do you support our mission? shop Dr. High AI Haze on Etsy for cannabis-themed clothing, mugs, and digital downloads using original AI cannabis art. Hell, we might even have some psychedelic mushroom items there too. We also have 25 books on cannabis and specific medical conditions available at Dr. High on Amazon.com. drhigh.com, cannabis information, education, and advocacy.
Announcing CBG TV's Bud Break book. Get your copy now. Detailed strain reviews. Every purchase supports the ongoing efforts of CBG TV. Available from Amazon and at cbgtv.com or scan the QR code.
Say bye-bye to bottled water. Holistic Health Water has certified medical-grade water ionizers that make 7 types of water, including healthy alkaline. There's a 5-micron filter that lasts up to a year, and each machine lasts 25 to 30 years. Simply attach to your faucet or install under your sink. Even get a mineral spa unit for your shower. Go to ownyourwater.org to get a free ebook. Plus, pay for any machine in full and get an extra filter free. Change your water and change your life. Ownyourwater.org.
Discover the natural path to wellness at Tailored Herbs and Concentrates.
Herbs?
With a passion for holistic health, we are your trusted source for premium herbs and concentrates.
Wait a minute, do they have weed?
Our dedicated team is here to guide you on your wellness journey. Open 7 days a week, 10 to 10, ensuring you have access to what you need when you need it most. Tailored Herbs and Concentrates is located
at pot
2941 Highway 11, Burnt Church, New Brunswick, Canada. If you need assistance anytime,
I need assistance. I need weed.
Just call 506-871-4299. Tailored Herbs and Concentrates.
Where all the potheads go.
WTH. What the hell are you doing over there, High?
Oh,
You got busted, bro.
yeah, I did.
We're back, and you're in the middle of eating a brownie or something over there. An edible
Donut.
A donut. I don't know if they're edible. It's 119. I want to give a big shout out to all of my sponsors. I love each and every one of you absolutely individually, to my heart and soul, to my bones. But as well as Tailored Herbs and Concentrates, who is giving away free pre-rolls, nothing else, just a pre-roll. If you walk in today,
why do you say nothing else so many times today?
Because there's been a miscommunication, and some of your Canadian friends are having a hard time with the rules, I guess we could say.
What do they think they're going to get when they go?
Well, it's kind of our fault, because we started out with the phrase that pays, and then we changed it to the strain of the day. But then our friend Lee Hacker has continued with the phrase that pays.
Yeah.
He was doing a little show thing on his show where if they called in and they said, "I get high on WTHC radio," he was giving away a free bowl to somebody that he picked at the end of the week.
Oh, I did hear that. Yeah.
Right. So I guess that is confusing some of our Canadian friends to the north, and they're going into Tailored Herbs and Concentrates trying to get free bowls, and they're not going to get a free bowl. They might get a free pre-roll if they say the strain
and nothing else
of the day. No, occasionally they give away other things, like this Saturday, and that's only Monday through Friday.
Yep.
It's only Monday through Friday where they give the free pre-roll away. This week on Saturday, because it was Veterans Day, they did another special where they gave away 25% off and a free moon rock to anybody who was a veteran.
Oh, cool.
That's it. After that Sunday, there was nothing. Monday, today, if you say the word party mix, if you go in today, the strain of the day is party mix.
I just noticed that for sale in the market up here are cannabis advent calendars this year. So you remember those calendars you got as a kid, right? You'd open them up day by day. You'd have a chocolate inside.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, they have one now available for sale here that each day you pop it open and it's got a different strain pre-roll in there.
A pre-roll, or like you get dabs one
No,
day?
no, it's 24 different
strain pre-rolls. That's awesome.
Yep.
That's awesome. And why do you keep coughing on me, bro?
I'm trying to figure out where to go, but
well, you do it behind the scenes when we go to the 420 song because we're already 3 minutes late. Hit it! Yeah, it's 23 years.
Oh, who's this?
Not somebody I have the rights to, I'm sure.
You think you can, but you don't understand. You don't get high like me. You think you can, but you don't understand. You don't get high like me. Elevate, level up, it's a new game. New day, new place with a new name. I see you watching me do things. You can look, but you just can't touch. I'd give you more, but you want too much. You sows and sows want such and such. I got news. You can't fill my shoes. 20 years in the game, I done paid my dues. I've seen all the tricks and done sang the blues. You think you can, but you don't understand. You don't get high like me. You think you can, but you don't understand. You don't get high like me. 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 Time's up. Did you do what you wanted? Did you live? Did the kids outweigh the gunners? I did. Yes, I did. And the clock's still running. Go for it. Ain't nothing to it. Everybody gonna struggle. Just push right through it. Ain't nobody gonna live your life. You gotta choose. I got news. You can't fill my shoes. 20 years in the game. I done paid my dues. I've seen all the tricks and done sang the blues. You think you can, but you don't understand. You don't get high like me. You think you can, but you don't understand. You don't
All right,
get
Kay.
high like me.
Good one, sweetie.
You don't get high like me. 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 You don't get high like me.
You don't get high like me.
I like that.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like
Yeah.
it. I don't play it enough. Thank you,
Yeah.
Beaner. Thank you.
Took me a minute or two to recognize who it was, and I was like, oh, that's our man Mug Sticky.
Yeah. All right. So, Dr. High, we
Yeah.
probably should concentrate on something other than my bar fights of the past.
Why?
My friend Felipe has dropped his plant off over here.
Yeah, let's have a look.
It's scary looking. I'm a little afraid to show you. I'm embarrassed.
Well, you're gonna have to show me because we gotta. If there's something wrong, we gotta try and figure out how to fix it.
Felipe has not been doing a very good job of taking care of it. I don't know. Let me see if I can get it out here on the table.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what the problem is. It's hard to tell from there.
Yeah, I'm trying. It's hard to.
Well, it's getting big, eh?
Oh my fucking God. Now I'm all wet. Thank you, Dr. High.
You got more than one plant in there?
No, sir. I have sticks in there holding my branches in certain directions so that they don't interlock with each other because they're pissing me off. So, I don't know.
So where's the problem?
No problem, really. I don't know.
Are you starting to develop flowers?
No, I don't see. I mean, I'm starting to develop like, I don't know, way up here, I guess.
I just can't see tight enough. You got hairs growing in there? Is it like stacking on each other? Or does it just look like the same growth it always has been?
It just looks like more leaf things just keep opening up and no fucking.
And you got complete darkness 12 hours a day?
Yeah. Like, look at this. Like, what is all this little shit coming from?
Yeah, clean all that out. All that's useless.
All these little ones?
All that shit. Get rid of it all. Use scissors, though, so that you don't strip down the branch like that because it's trauma.
Look at this branch.
Yeah, like that can go because that's not going to. No, cut them. Use scissors.
All right. This is the one that.
Yeah, all that shit, all that little growth in there, inside growth, all that can come off. You can clean that up completely.
I'm gonna have nothing left.
All that's not gonna. It's not gonna do you any good anyway. It's just gonna be.
What about
a waste of energy? A big branch like that? No, that's where your butt. No, because see, that one's almost at the same height, right?
It's getting there, but
see, because that you have to look at the plant like from the top down.
Yeah, and I do, and usually it looks pretty good. I mean, I haven't trimmed it down in the last couple of days, but
yeah, what you want to maintain is every place that is a clear shot at the light, every branch that is got its clear shot at the light isn't being shaded by another branch or covered up. Those you want to leave, but all that little stuff along the stalk,
yeah, like all this shit.
Yeah, that can all go. None of that's any good at all. And then you can look at what's close to the stalk, but on each branch. The very first set that's coming off, like here, that can go. So there's quite a bit you can clean up in there. Was that your broken branch before?
This one was behind it.
Okay.
See where the break is?
Yeah, but it healed.
Yeah, it holds itself up. It's got a nice little thing coming on the end, but you're saying take all this little shit off.
The stuff that's close to the end of the branch, no. But let's look at the branch and say halfway between the branch and the stalk. So if it's in the half of the branch closest to the stalk of the plant, remove it. Anything on the other half of that branch, leave alone. Because those will eventually turn into the leaves that'll be the energy source, right, for the plant, for the flowering.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But why aren't you seeing any flower yet? How long have you been on 12 and 12?
Like 5 days.
Oh, only 5 days? That's why. Yeah. It could take up to 10 to see the flowers start to develop.
I mean, I don't know.
But you can clean up all that inside. No problem. Just use scissors now because the plant's delicate, right?
I don't know. It feels like it's stronger than ever, like
look, you can go on Amazon and get these right here.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yep.
That's like $9.
Okay.
$10 on Amazon. And they're great for your plant. You'll need them when you harvest anyway, but they're really good for doing your pruning in between too. Today on the Cannabis Chronicles, we watch plants grow. Yeah, all that close-in stuff doesn't have a chance at really developing into anything. So for the most part, it's taking energy away from the plant that is unnecessary because it won't be productive. It won't be fruitful.
Right. I get it.
So, but the plant looks okay.
I mean, yeah, except for I want big buds, and I cannot.
Well, that takes time. I mean, look at Chris's, right? Chris is now, he's got to be pretty close to the end of his cycle. And if you look at the size of his buds, it's based upon the size of your plant. Really, you know, bigger plant, bigger buds, smaller plant, smaller buds. But the structure looks good there. So, but Chris has got to be getting pretty close to being ready to take those suckers, I would think. Yeah, I'm always interested in seeing Chris's plant. I would like to see his plant for a change, though, without that purple light that comes from the LEDs. I'd like to see it in a natural light so I can have an idea of what it actually looks like. Because all the pictures that I get from Chris, he takes into the tent, but the lights are always on because they need to be to take the picture. But it really makes it difficult to see much more than just the structure, right? I can't see the color. I can't see the trichrome. I can't see the stuff that's the indicators I want to be able to look at. So, but your plant's not looking bad. What are you doing? You're covering that tent with a blanket at night?
Yeah, it's completely covered with 2 blankets.
And you got a fan that continues to run inside, though, right?
Fan that's running on it at all times, and a heater in here at a appropriate temperature to keep it at a.
You're keeping it like 75 all the time?
72 was what somebody told me a couple days ago. Now 75. Sure.
Well, no, if you're going into flower, you can have it a little bit cooler because you're trying to mimic nature, right? So cooler nights, a little warm in the day, but cooler day. How you doing, Weedosaurus Rex? How's everything with the family? How's that coming along? Have you heard anything?
Last I heard, slow progress, but
yeah,
a little progress, but nothing fantastic.
Well, we'll keep our thoughts there with your family, Weedosaurus Rex, for sure.
Yeah, I saw he came on the breakfast buds.
The breakfast buttheads.
Oh, anyway.
Oh, too much.
I'm very excited. We have some great guests coming in the very near future. Okay.
Uh-oh.
All right. Great.
Uh-oh. So, consuming cannabis kills brain cells, you know.
Where's Dr. High?
Did you know that?
What?
Consuming cannabis kills brain cells?
I've heard that. I don't know if it's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will not spread that rumor.
Well, that's a myth.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if I would spread that.
Because really, the fact is that current research doesn't support that claim, that cannabis use kills.
Why am I so fucking dumb, sir?
Long-term use might impact cognition and memory, especially when it begins when you're an adolescent. But
Weedosaurus, I don't want to get too personal, but I mean, did she lose oxygen or anything? Is she?
Well, I'm wondering if he said it was viral. I'm wondering if it was like meningitis.
Is it brain? Is there still brain function? I hate to ask these kind of questions. You can private message me if you want.
Yeah. And it might be too early for them to tell.
Oh, so she's waking up. It's out of the ICU, off the breathing ventilator, and voice is starting to come back.
Oh, that's progress. That's good.
That's fucking great news.
Good news.
God. It's going to be a trip, but that's fantastic news. You don't even have to answer my question.
That's good. 'Tis good. Huh. Influenza and E. coli. Wow.
Oh. So the flu and E. coli in her spinal fluid.
That's pretty crazy, eh?
I don't think she smokes enough weed.
Well, I'm not sure that has an impact on any of that.
Oh, yeah, I'm not a doctor. That's why it says Da.Hippie.
Yeah.
Well,
mine should maybe say doctor.
Da.Hippie. Uncle
Like,
Rose,
better.
ladies and gentlemen.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Scared.
What's going on?
I'm in the vault.
You're in the vault. Uncle Roach is in the vault.
man. Damn right.
You got to be getting close.
1 second.
Crowd went wild. Did you hear him, Roach?
That's normal. I'm used to that.
Used to them going wild, I guess. That makes sense.
Oh, yeah. Some nice, dense little nugs on the end there, eh, Chris?
Yeah, they feel like they got some density to them.
They look like they do.
Yeah, they smell pretty.
You're right there, right? How you looking under magnification?
Here's the other one.
A little bit smaller, eh?
Yep, it came out a little thinner.
Yep.
But
so how they look under magnification? How's your trichrome look?
they're starting to come up a little bit. They're starting to change color.
Are they?
Not a lot yet, but it's getting there. It's starting to.
So you're still clear or you're milky?
Yeah, a lot of them are getting milky now.
Okay.
Yep.
Keep an eye. You're going to want to check that within about a week or so. You're going to want to really
That's
start
what I was
paying
thinking
attention.
by next weekend.
Yeah, you're going to want to pay attention to that trichrome, and then when you get about 20% amber, that's your day.
That's a good sign, yeah. Okay.
Are you still feeding?
Just water now, like
okay, just
no
water. Yep.
Or anything. Yep, trying to flush
That's where
it
you
out
should
now.
be.
Yep.
That's where you should be. You know what you can do? How often do you have to feed?
I'd say every probably 3 days, 2-3 days.
Every 2-3 days?
And then I spray the leaves and stuff down when I turn the light on, but
yeah. All right, so
I just kind of check the bucket at the bottom every day.
You want to maybe only give them one more feed and then stop.
Okay.
Let them get the stress. You know what I mean? Because you're about to cut them anyway. So
right.
You can give them stress. And then if you want to go just one little extra step, the day before you cut them,
right,
fill your bottom of your pots with ice.
Ice, okay.
Yeah, use ice, like bagged ice cubes or something, and put it right around the base of the plant.
Okay.
Because that's super cold. It will put the plant into overdrive stress, and then you can just cut them the next day, and you should.
Okay. Yeah. It's always nice to have a little tricks here and there.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Looking good,
everybody
though.
that comes in, they're like, "Oh wow, it smells great in here." I said, "Yeah, they look good."
Yeah, I'm sure they smell good at this time. But
I'll take it for my first try.
Nice golf balls there on the end.
Right.
Those will probably dry out to be 3 gram buds, 3.5 gram buds.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah, they're looking good. We got a serious echo, eh?
I think it's me. Something popped up and warned me on the phone.
Oh, you're on Android?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
They're saying that you have to put a headset on if you have an Android. I don't know.
Sorry, at least I got to show you guys the plants quick.
Yeah, I wanted to see those. Thanks, Chris. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with them right before you cut them next week.
All right, I'll give you an update in a few days.
Sounds good, man. Thank you.
See ya.
Peace.
All right, Roach. Peace.
Yeah, they're looking good.
Oh, that echo kills me.
Does it?
Oh my God, I don't know. It's part of my autism, I guess. I don't know. Oh, it drives me nuts.
Well, that would be an interesting show down the road when Dr. Harris comes back. I think we should do just an autism special.
Yeah.
100% about autism.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because I'm sure there's a lot of parents out there that struggle, you know?
Absolutely. That's how I met Dr. Harris. I told you. One of my wife's patients, one of her clients, went to Dr. Harris for relief for their child who had autism or still has autism. And then they recommended him for me to go see him. And I am so blessed that they did, because he is an amazing, amazing man.
Well, that's it. It might be off the radar for a lot of parents too, right? Because it's cannabis. And if your kid's only...
And there was some bad stories that came out after when autism started using it. A lot of bad stories came out immediately after, saying, oh, no, it's not good. Don't do it. And then a lot of parents shied away from it, and they really shouldn't be, because the first try might not have worked, but there's other strains, there's other types, there's other ways.
Yeah, well, that's it, right? And that's where the coaching aspect comes in so important for somebody who is trying to look into cannabis therapy and give it a shot, right? That's why you need to kind of have somebody on board that you can communicate with, that can kind of help you navigate and not get really discouraged right off the rip, right? If the first thing you try or the second thing you try doesn't really work, because there is such a difference between individual physiological response to cannabis that, you know, you might have to try a few different things till you find what actually clicks, you know?
Right. Now, I got my card 6 years ago, or 5 or 6 years ago. I think I'm on my 5th or 6th card right now. So you figure that young gentleman or lady, who my wife's client, you know, probably started 5 or 6, 7 years ago. The amount of knowledge that has come since then, just in those 6 or 7 years, has got to be exponential. That's my word today. Exponential.
I'd be curious to know if for that family they're still continuing the use of cannabis.
I don't think I'm allowed to talk on that, because
I don't think you can get into the details, absolutely, but I'm just curious whether or not they're continuing with that form of therapy, and if they've had success over that extended period of time. I mean, it'd make a great case study, right?
You know what? I am gonna reach out to the dad, who I am very good friends with.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask him if he'd be willing to come on and talk about their experience with cannabis. And you know, Dr. Harris, I'm pretty sure, was their doctor. I'm almost positive.
I mean, it's guests like that are so valuable, you know.
Yeah,
because
like this child, and like I said, he may have been one of the first here in Pennsylvania to be with marijuana as a medical device. You know, like he was very early in before me, and I was like in the top 500 or 600 in my area to get my card. You know, from Dr. Harris. Anyway, I was very quick to get into him as soon as I heard it was available.
Well, see, that's the problem, right? Because of the status of cannabis in the U.S., it's not being properly studied. So how do we find out what the real world experience is like when attempting to combat some sort of condition with the use of cannabis? We have to go to the individuals who are living the experience, because they're our best source of knowledge now, right? Because we can't get it from clinical trials. We can get some evidence from clinical trials, but really to understand.
You know what's hard? You know what I think about when I think about this, Dr. High, and this is why we should do this show with Dr. Harris, is because some children with autism have very hard time communicating.
Well, some of them are nonverbal, right?
Right. So how do we find out if this is working or if it's not working? I mean,
well, only the parents would know, because they're living the experience fully, right? So they'll see the change in their child.
Right. Go ahead, Garrett, before you cut us off. We got to go to a commercial. We'll be back in a minute. You're on the Cannabis Chronicles with Da.Hippie and Doktor High.
There we go.
Badger Heart Puppetry. Badger Heart Puppetry. Badger Heart Puppetry. If you need some kick-ass puppets, contact Forge at 1-636-234-1535. He has all your puppet needs. He can fix puppets, build puppets, custom-made puppets. He has puppets off the rack for cheap prices. Contact George today at 1-636-234-1535 or on TikTok or Facebook at Badger Heart Puppetry. He also makes LARPing items too.
Are you in the Ellensville or Middletown, New York area? Revamp your space with Collins Paints Ltd. Ugly walls? Let Collins Paints Ltd add a splash of color to your world. Collins Painting is a veteran-owned and operated business. They can transform your space to whatever your heart desires. Say goodbye to the boring beige and hello to possibilities of bright and vibrant colors. The Collins Painting team are a group of skilled professional painters who will turn your vision into reality. Call Collins Paint Ltd today to get a fast and easy quote. Available Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call them at 845-869-8176.
Hey, Mrs. Hippie, why don't we take a ride to Dauphin, PA today?
Dauphin? What's in Dauphin?
Bella's Badass Crystals.
Oh, but I thought you hang out with them on Facebook and on TikTok.
That's only on Mondays, Tuesdays, Saturdays, Sundays. Today I want to go there and pick up all my great finds.
That sounds like a great road trip. That's Bella's Badass Crystals on TikTok and Facebook, but you can also find them on the top of the mountain in Dauphin, PA.
They are badass.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Are you looking to have some crocheted made by hand stuff like your Grammy used to do for you? Then you need to check out You Have Me Hooked 23 on Etsy and TikTok. Vern can do what you need. She crochets hats, she crochets animals, everything, anything you may need. She also makes vinyl stickers, banners for your business. Anything that you might want that she can do, she can definitely do it for you. Want an I Hate My Ex sticker? She's got you covered. Anything, and I mean anything that you may need. She has cheap and reasonable prices. Check her out. You Have Me Hooked 23 on Etsy and TikTok.
Yeah. What are you doing over there, hippie?
Oh, I was taking some hits, you know.
You were?
Time for my medication. Adrian! What's up, my brother from another mother? How are you, sir? Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us, Adrian. So we were talking about autism and marijuana.
Yep.
And like I was saying, like I know a lot of kids from being in the field that you know, a lot of kids have a hard time communicating. And so for them to say, hey, this is the best quality of my life. How do they tell us? You know, I mean, the only
we got to talk to the parents, right? The parents are the ones.
If they're sleepy on the couch, then hey, it's working. Or I mean, or if they're up and running around, they got a sativa. I mean, it's hard to tell. Like, how do you figure it out?
Well, that's it, right? You have to. Yeah, I mean, these are the kind of guests that are so valuable because they're how other people will feel confident enough to maybe approach a doctor themselves.
Right. So a lot of parents, and especially dads, no offense, dads, but a lot of parents have a hard time even accepting the fact that their child is different. And so for them to even go any further and say, what? I can give my different child marijuana at the age of 8 or 10 or 12, you're out of your mind, you know? And a lot of people don't think, they don't have open minds to the stuff that they need to, you know, that there's the possibility that this could help.
Well, and that's all that we really should be doing is allowing them to see that there is a possibility. You know, we're not trying to push anybody to do anything.
Your son or your daughter is going to be perfect when they're done getting high.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, but at least they will calm down. There's lots of things that could help them with the benefit of marijuana or CBD. We don't even have to talk marijuana. Just CBD in general.
That's it, right? Like
we're talking marijuana in more severe cases, but CBD could help with most or a lot of the cases. I don't want to say, don't quote me, I am not a doctor, In fact, I was pretty high before I got here. So, but
You?
you know what I mean? Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like, there's so much potential, and I feel like, a lot of people in the beginning probably got scared away because of the idea of
Right.
using marijuana on my child. Or, I mean, as a grown adult, we should have some wonderful adults. I'm sure there's millions of them out there who probably, myself included, like, I've never been diagnosed with autism, but I got a touch of something over here. I'm crazy as a fuck. Like, there's definitely something wrong, but back in the 70s and 80s, I don't know. I mean, autism wasn't as prevalent as it is now. I don't know.
Well, I don't, we touched on that briefly when Dr. Harris was here, because I didn't hear about it when I was going to school, ADHD, autism, ADD. I mean,
I heard
there were kids that were different for sure.
Right, and you got to ask,
but it didn't have that tag, right? So when did that all come about?
Well, that's the whole thing. Like, I mean, but I guess, like, all those little things are considered a section of autism now, and autism is the overall. It's an umbrella of different diagnoses.
Yeah.
And I guess you can fall under and have like ADHD and technically be considered autistic because of, or duly diagnosed. There's dual diagnoses now. Like, my sister has special needs. When she was diagnosed MR, mentally retarded.
That was the actual diagnosis?
Severe and profound.
But they don't use that anymore, do they?
No, and I hate the word. In fact, I'm going to go wash my mouth out with soap right after the show because I just said it.
Yeah, because that's not terminology that's not acceptable any longer, is it?
I hate it, yes. And then when I was a kid growing up, all my friends would say, "Oh, your sisters are," and I'd be like, "I'm going to come over there and show you what."
And I guess it's hard to say that's not right when that's what the doctor's actually called. So what is the correct term now?
They've changed it so many times. I don't want to quote because, like I said, I've been in the field over time and I've worked in the field, and it's changed. They were consumers, and then they were,
But is it handicapped? Is it disabled? Is it? I mean, what's the right?
I'm getting a political call. Oh my goodness! It's Trump calling me, telling me that I got to go vote for him or Biden. One of them. They got me. I got a direct line to them. So I think it's developmentally delayed or developmentally disabled.
Okay.
But don't quote me. Like I said, I am not a doctor. I am a hippie.
You're a hippie.
But I have a sister who has special needs and has lived with me for the last 20 years. And the names that they've had, not for her, but for her diagnoses. Has changed numerous times. Now, technically, she could be called duly diagnosed because officially, when she was diagnosed, when she was born, it was whatever they called it. I don't remember, but MR or whatever, Down syndrome. But she didn't have Down syndrome. She doesn't have that face, the chromosome face, where she doesn't look like that. But she's got the mentality of like a 4-year-old, and she's in a 52-year-old woman's body,
Wow.
So it's like cartoons and, but she doesn't have, luckily I'm blessed that she doesn't have behaviors besides,
I thought you were going to say, luckily you were blessed that you like cartoons too.
Oh, I do like cartoons too. We hang out and we play with puppets and we watch cartoons together. That's our life. I get high and she don't. That's the only thing. So I go to the other room. I get high. I come back. I watch Tom and Jerry. We both sit there and laugh.
Tom and Jerry. Oh man.
But so she's been with me for the last 20, and in that last 20 years, my wife started her business and is in the field of autism for the last 20 years.
Right.
And according to my wife, my sister would now be kind of considered duly diagnosed because she has parts of autism in her, I guess, IEP, I guess you would call it, or whatever.
Well, you know what we did, eh?
What did we do?
we pulled another one out of our ass somehow. We started with nothing and ended up 2 hours later.
Oh, it's time to go already. Holy shit.
And it didn't collapse.
It was a good show. I mean, I would really like to
intellectual disability.
Yeah, intellectually disabled
Yep.
or developmentally disabled. But in the field, you also had different terms. You couldn't call them clients anymore. You had to call them consumers. Then you couldn't call them consumers anymore. You had to call them house guests, because I worked in like their homes at times, and and they're just trying to give them the respect that they deserve. And
well, yeah, like you don't want to be derogatory at any time, right? If you can avoid being derogatory with anybody, you want to be correct.
Yeah. Now, Tom, I read that over there, what you said, and we have to get going. But when I was working there, that would have probably been a fantastic thing. But when I worked at a place that was very bad, this is, like I said, another whole subject, and I can yell it out really quick. I used to work at a place. I worked at a place that had a lot of clients that came from Willowbrook. If anybody knows what Willowbrook is, it's a place in New York that Geraldo Rivera back in the 80s or the late 80s, early 70s, late 70s, early 80s, broke into through a window and ran down the hallway with his camera. And it was a home for the special needs, and they were all being abused. They were all not being taken care of. They were in cages. And so in the place that I worked at, a lot of those people got older and then ended up in the place where I worked at, and they had some messed up stuff. Everybody have a great day. Thank you so very much for hanging out with us. My fucking Garrett. Take care of him later.
No, hippie. I was just saying you have plenty of time to finish telling your story.
About 1 minute.
Run on sentences.
No, 3 minutes.
Not according to my clock, and I go by my clock. Everybody have a great day. I love you all. Thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow. Dr. High, say what you got to say.
Stay safe, stay stoned, and thanks for spending your time with us today. We appreciate you being there, because without you, we have no reason to be here.
No, I'd still be here and hang out with you.
There we go.